Hey, Flimsy Lunch Tray here, and welcome to World of Warships, and kind of wrapping up the Illinois videos that we've had lately, besides a future upgrade and commander build video of the Illinois. But I want to focus this video around, is Illinois worth it? Because she's quite an expensive ship. She's in the Research Bureau for 51,000 Research Bureau points. And some of you are wondering, should I go and pick up Illinois now? You know, what other ships are in the Research Bureau? I mean, if you don't have a Research Bureau ship yet, I would highly recommend Ohio before the Illinois. But is Illinois worth it? Because it's quite the Research Bureau investment. Wiped me out just picking up the ship. And ultimately, that's going to vary upon you as a player. You know, I know some people, you know, for example, I hate the Izumo. But other people really enjoy playing the Izumo, the Tier 9 Japanese battleship. Some people like playing Des Moines. Other people may hate playing Des Moines. And I think to answer this up really briefly, and then we're just going to play a randoms battle with Illinois, this is what I would tell you. Okay, the first way I would go in saying, is Illinois worth it? I would say if you like playing the Iowa, the Tier 9 American battleship, that's the same hull that Illinois is based off of, and you like playing Des Moines or Salem, you're probably really going to like playing the Illinois. You're probably going to actually want to pick up Illinois for sure. Just because this, for myself as a player, I really like Iowa, and I really like playing Des Moines and Salem. And so Illinois has been a really enjoyable ship for myself to play. If you don't have, you haven't played up the American battleship line, you don't have the Iowa yet, or you haven't even played Des Moines or Salem yet, and you're wondering, then I would say probably what would be wisest for you is try to grind up, play Iowa, see if you like the feel of Iowa, and then you could grind for Des Moines, the tech tree equivalent of the Salem's for coal. And if you like playing both of those ships, then I say you're probably going to like. That's a good way to test out the theory before making such a huge investment with your Research Bureau points. Alternatively, if you like cruiser playstyle, you know, then I would say, you might enjoy playing the Illinois. Granted that her shell velocity is not, it's not in comparison to something like the Moskva Stalingrad, okay? I can't compare it to quite like that. But if, let's say you're a battleship player and you like your guns smashing, doing big damage, that type of thing, then I'm going to say Illinois is just not going to be probably for you, because Illinois is not a death by 1,000 cuts. It's death by maybe 200 cuts or something. I don't know. You know, not like a Hirogumo Kitakaze as an example. But just because of how devastating these 203mm guns are, between their improved AP penetration, angled penetration, I can't remember what it's called, and then your high explosive, with a really nice reload time of 7.9 seconds for these 12 guns. That's kind of the feel of Iowa. I covered yesterday my two preferred playing styles of Illinois. You can watch that video. I'll tag it at the end. Kiter Brawl is the play style I like to play, but I particularly like playing more of a brawling play style here in Illinois. So I'll do an upgrade command build video. I'll share with you my thoughts more on that video, because I think at this point I can say there's two builds you could go for quite safely, I would say. The other thing to mention is if you do like playing, let's say, let me hop back over to Des Moines. You know, so Des Moines got a 27mm nose, 30mm armor belt, which goes to 152mm for the Citadel, 27 on the back. In a sense, Illinois is the beefy big brother of Des Moines, or like this crossbreed between Iowa and Des Moines, essentially, because you get 32mm armor, so that helps be able to bounce more and ricochet things that otherwise you couldn't be able to do in Des Moines or Salem. And of course having that greater health pool, so survivability 68,100 versus I think Des Moines and Salem are the same, 50,600, but if I pull Halsey back, I have 56,100. So I've been using Halsey here on Illinois. I originally had him spec'd for a secondary build for the Ohio, but I really wanted to wrap my head around the ship, because I felt like it's possible to get Confederate with Illinois, which I have done twice so far. I've done it with in ranked, and I've done it in ranked and randoms. So I've done it twice since I've had the ship. I think I only have just over 20, 25, 28 battles between the two battle types. So I featured a ranked battle yesterday, so I just figured I might as well just feature a randoms and see what matchmaking dishes out to us, and giving my live commentary and feed, and just kind of how I approach the ship playing it live. So we have no carriers, we have one submarine, and only one destroyer. So this is actually pretty cruiser heavy. We're top tier. I had a video on the Illinois saying that this ship is a monster at top tier. So I'm really most concerned about the British tier 8 submarine. So I'm not too concerned about the other ships lined up. Usually where I'm become a little more concerned about Illinois in the matchmaking is if I'm seeing super ships, tier 10 ships. I mean, even against tier 10 ships, I feel Illinois does okay. But super ships, of course, is going to be a lot harder to deal with. I mean, you have an improved AA over the Iowa's hull, but it doesn't mean a tier 10 CV is going to get, they're still going to get their first strike through as long as they're just not eating every single flak cloud approaching you. So this is what we're going to do. So we already have a cruiser to chump on here, abandoning the flank up here. So we're going to go up to the north. We're going to go to sea. I'm going to support our Hood tier 7 battleship. Bring a tier 9 up. There's no point for me to go south. We have a Nebraska, a Wami, and a Georgia. So that'd be 4 battleships going south. And I don't need to do that. So I'd much rather come up here to the north to help out the Schultz in the Hood. And if being able to support the Schultz and keep them alive would be great, since there is only one destroyer on each team, so it would really do us well, serve our team well if we can keep our Schultz alive. And they don't have any radar either, but they do have the hybrid battleship Nebraska, as we have a Nebraska as well. So he's got no radar threat, but we wanted to try to do our best to keep him alive. Our Seattle's being a little aggressive here, I would say, in his positioning. If he gets, if he sits in here and bow in, maybe, but he's gonna have to deal with some ships that can overmatch him as a light cruiser. So if I was Seattle, I probably would have just pushed up along here and support my Schultz player. So we have a Zuma over here. They're destroyer or possibly submarines. Where I stepped on the cap. I'm going to assume it's probably destroyer. I'm going to assume it's probably mirror matchmaking. I don't know if Schultz actually has a better concealment than the Nutrishimi. I'm going to say yes, but I don't know. Okay, I'm detected.
All forces, capture that area.
So we're going to turn out, actually. I think I upset the no, I just meant I was spotted in where he was. So our Schultz player is jumping to conclusions. Okay, so this is already a bad scenario to be in on our north flank. Our team's pretty heavy to the south, so they really need to make things happen. So this is a situation that we're going to go ahead and start moving away. I think a Nutrishimi probably wins a fight against our Schultz, so I don't want to stray too far away from our Schultz. I would like to try to be somewhat close by to still support him. But at some point, I'm going to have to start running down the 10 line, most likely, so. But we did get a citadel on the, was that the Harbin, I think it was? Our Hood definitely was too aggressive. Okay, I'm detected again. Detected. I'll try to communicate with words, since pinging seems to upset my Schultz player a lot. Oh, nice.
Well done, Commander.
Hopefully he's not going to be super upset still about things, but we'll see. Yeah, that makes sense that they're probably going to try to push down. I'm showing too much broadside for what I feel comfortable with, especially with the Izumo sitting up there to the north. I'd much rather be more angled, so... I think the Harbin is the one spotting us right now. So we can do decent if we angle well enough. Alright, we'll switch to AP. Still not angled well enough for Izumo, but we're going to get ready to start moving. There's that shell travel time being a bit of a pain. Yeah, we need to move. Okay, got another Citadel in Harbin. Yeah, okay, we're going to go ahead and switch our guns around too. It's actually possible I could go dark here. So we're going to see if I can actually go dark. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as I'm trying to cancel my turn because of the Iowa. So, yeah, we can go dark. Let's angle more towards the Iowa salvo. This is kind of one of the things I talked about in yesterday's video. You have to start running sooner rather than later when the enemy's winning a flank like this. Because otherwise you just don't have... You're not going to be able to stand up against so much firepower. Granted, for us, we have a Schultz here, so that's nice, at least provide the spotting. The Aegir is within our detect, so he will spot us. I would really like to try not to use much of my rotor shift right now, so I can get the most use out of Brisk. Because I'm broadside to the Iowa. So I'm only going to fire once I get spotted. So for now, the goal is we need to stay dark. As somehow our team's not doing so well to the south, to which I don't understand. Okay, we're lit now. I'm going to be paying attention to Iowa. So I can be ready to try to angle away as soon as possible, but I really want to keep all my guns on the Aegir. Okay, there's the Colorado firing. Sometimes with the Brisk, I probably shouldn't actually killed my speed there. They end up misjudging how fast you're going. But I'm going to go ahead and angle. Yeah, I actually would have been fine if I hadn't slowed down, if I would have avoided that Colorado salvo. It turned out Colorado still has 16-inch guns. Okay, can they actually take A? That would be very helpful. Okay, Aegir's backed off. But I can kind of play at range right now. They're going to have a harder time doing the pin value to me. So we're going to see if I just can't farm some fires right now. I'm not too concerned. I've come pretty far south. Okay, we got a fire. I'm just guessing on that salvo. Jeez. Okay, they got the destroyer. Okay, we'll go ahead and pop a heal. Just pop the M key. I don't know if he actually put out the fire or not. So he can't do my... That looks like he did. Just seeing what they're up to. They got someone on Bravo. Zara's to the north. Yeah, with the Iowa and his positioning, it's still going to make things pretty difficult. Let's see, we'll wait till he fires, and then I'll open up. Now, for me, ideally, like I said, I'd rather play more of the brawling play style with Illinois, but when you're on a very open map like this, like, I can't brawl and push into C. Our Schultz is actually kind of being smart. He's just chilling up there to the north. Maybe planning to back cap, but it's a bit of a wild card for him doing that because of the Aegir sitting up there. So I feel pretty good. We're gonna move a little more farther to the south. And this is kind of where it's a little difficult. Now, we're shooting in Iowa, shooting a big battleship, so it's not like he's really outmaneuvering us because he's just reversing right now. But you can see how wide the shell dispersion begins to get, especially at range. So that's why I really think it's nice playing within more that, let's say 15 kilometers and less, because otherwise it's quite difficult. Okay, I think that's going to go a little over us, so we won't speed up anymore. Okay, it's actually short. If we can get a fire set, that would be excellent. So I would like to try to alleviate some pressure off my team as they move up from B. But as long as they don't go super aggro, we're okay. Okay, so the Schultz does get the back cap, so that's really great for him. We have a destroyer behind them. So that's a big pro of having our destroyer alive and then, you know, the Tsushima being dead, so Schultz did good on that. Is Nebraska flying all the way over here to kill me? Wait a minute, he's been alive this entire game? Wait, he's dead though. No, he's still alive. Why is he... Okay. Why is he flying all the way down to the opposite side of the map just to drop me? And he's not even been detected on the minimap yet, has he? Guys, Nebraska's it's a CV, it's not a hybrid battleship, you know? Lol. Alright, we're actually gonna turn back. Let's see, Illinois comps for hanging in there.
Many thanks.
Now I'm showing a bit of side to Colorado, but he's only getting 4 guns off when we're like this, so to me it's worth it because I can win a close quarters engagement with Colorado, assuming I start landing my shells. You did good as well. He's not salty at this anymore. Colorado is a slow moving target, so I don't have much excuse to not land shells. Right, we're gonna turn back in. We have a heal when we need it. Okay, yeah, I suck. This is a challenge, right? I'm struggling even landing shells, but probably doesn't. I'm zooming out because I want to see what's happening around me. But as we get closer, we're gonna land a lot more of these shells, and then this Colorado is showing a lot of side to my team, so we get to keep his focus on us, which is great. Okay, we get aim more like that. I hope I actually get to pick up the kill here. I'm not worried about using a heal yet. I want my adrenaline rush. Okay, there we go. Dodge that. Probably could just fire another AP salvo, or HE salvo, but it isn't going off, so we're going to go ahead and turn in.
We destroyed an enemy battleship.
Yeah, I'm still not worried about using my heal yet. I don't know what this Mogami is. He's far enough. Wait, Schultz is in smoke. Looks like he might be going to spot. Alright, I'm going to actually turn my lock off. So this is something I do. When I don't want to spook a cruiser, I don't have my lock on him. So I actually turn it off. So if he has priority target, he feels more comfortable that a ship's not targeting him. So that's kind of the goal of why I do that. So I don't think I always explain that. So if you have seen me in my videos sometimes do that, that's why I have it like that. So he's actually, I think he's turning away. So now we'll lock on. Ah, shoot, I should have led more. I think, maybe not. Yeah, it still worked. Oh, don't go broadside again to me. You cruisers don't learn your lessons. You keep going broadside to an Illinois. A Des Moines on steroids.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
Nebraska's still dark. That's so funny. He's somewhere, I think, on the 1 line. I don't think I'm gonna get the salvo there in time. Nebraska playing the CV. That's funny. Look how much time he's wasting. He's not fired once. He's not fired once. He's sitting there waiting till his planes come off of cooldown. And who's he going for? I think he's... Oh, whoa! Goodness. Wait, he recalled his planes? Question mark? Alright, I think we'll pick up Bravo. So, let me talk a little bit more about the ship so we're not so paranoid about Nebraska playing like a CV player when he's a hybrid battleship and should be using his guns, not just his planes. Yeah. Overall, as I made mention of, if you like playing Iowa, you like playing Des Moines, you like playing Salem, I'm saying definite yes. Illinois is worth it. If you like playing cruisers, and you don't mind, you like that deep DPM in terms of the quicker reload on cruisers, maybe you like playing like the bigger cruisers, kind of like Moskva, Stalingrad as example. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I know some people have compared Illinois to like if you're Venezia and you're kiting. I have Venezia, but I don't have enough to play time underneath my belt to give an opinion in terms of that comparison. Then, if you like being a cruiser, you like playing, decent, but you have a lot of health. You have a lot more health on Illinois. Maybe you like playing it. If you like playing Salem Des Moines, where you like the island hop, as I demonstrated yesterday, then we'll see you probably like Illinois. If you like playing more battleships, that have like the big guns, 15, 16, 17, 18-inch guns, you don't want a ship where you have to constantly work a lot, because Illinois requires a bit in terms of aiming capabilities. So if you want a ship that's easy to aim, kind of click and forget, Illinois is not that ship, just because of how much you have to take account the shell travel time. I mean, I look out here, if I want to fire 21 kilometers away, it's going to take my shells 18 seconds to get there from here, right? And Nebraska's coming into range now, so it's going to take, I'm going to get 2-3 salvos up in the air by the time my shells land somewhat near Nebraska. So I actually don't mind opening up right now. So there's 1, 2, just a little slow on that click. Almost, yeah. So I get 3 shells off before the first shells land. So it's not a ship you play at range. It's meant to be close quarters. And I'm surprised Nebraska is still focusing me, so I don't know. Maybe he's a fan, so please do not think ill of me for complaining about you, but you're not playing Nebraska right. I'm sorry. Yeah, so 125,000 damage. Like, she's top tier monster. We did fine. We ran from the flank when we needed to. That was good for us to do because we couldn't hang in there. I mean, we tried. Wait, I just complimented him, right? Crap. I think I wasn't paying attention when I clicked. I'll make sure to. Maybe you got triple complimented now. I don't know. Because you just get overwhelmed if you stick around too long. So just be mindful of that. But all in all, it's really going to be up to you as your play style. If you really, really want to get to figure out if Illinois is going to be worth it or not for you, then what I would tell you is just grind up to the Iowa. Iowa has been one of my favorite Tier 9 battleships to play. Enough, but I put a permanent camouflage on it. Test out the Iowa if you like the feeling of the maneuverability, the speed. Great, fantastic for you. But if the best ship that's going to give you the best idea is just simply hopping into Des Moines, because really a lot of ship, the make or break revolves around the guns. So if you grind up and you really like playing Des Moines, it will give you greater appreciation for playing the Illinois, I would say, versus the Iowa. It's just you have the hull of the Iowa. A lot of ship characteristics feel similar in terms of her maneuverability and concealment. But, if you really want to get a hang of these guns, then get Des Moines, and then that will help. If you like Des Moines, you'll like the Illinois. If you don't like Des Moines, you won't like the Illinois. That's how I would phrase it to comment and bring it to a close. So I did put a ship poll up. It just went live 20 minutes ago as I record this video because I'm recording on Monday nights on my YouTube community channel, a community post, where you can vote what ship I feature Friday, Saturday. And probably, well, whatever you vote for, I will feature this Friday or Saturday. But if you don't feel like you need to see another Illinois game, because I've been just featuring Illinois a lot, and you want to see an upgrade commander build of Illinois, that's fine. You can vote for a different ship, of course, and then it might be that I just go ahead and do an upgrade commander build video of Illinois, you know, I don't know, Wednesday or beginning of the following week. So make sure to vote. Let me know what ship you'd like me to feature. And I hope a lot of these Illinois videos have been useful for you. I mean, there's a part of me that wants to say sorry just because I've been featuring Illinois a lot on the channel, but I think it's such a big investment that you probably really want to know if this ship is worth it or not. For me, it is, but when you're looking at the Research Bureau ships, Ohio, hands down, is the best Research Bureau ship in my opinion. And I would recommend you pick up Ohio first before picking up the Illinois. Unless you just really love Des Moines, you really love Iowa, then I'm like, maybe you want to go for Illinois first. But I'd still recommend Ohio over Illinois first and foremost. So if you liked today's video, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. If you didn't, give a thumbs down. Subscribe if you do want to see more. If you're subscribed, thanks so much. I appreciate it. And we'll catch you next time. Take care.